It's time for your featured presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School football on Riverfront Sports. Northeast Nebraska High School athletics are brought to you by the Bank of Hartington, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, Avera, Moody Motors, Explorers Credit Union, Mount Marty University, Security Bank, Christensen Well and Irrigation, and Top Crop. Now we go live to the action for Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN TV.
Late October football is finally here. I'm Tehl Tanner here for KYN TV alongside Scott Ulrich. We are ready for a premier matchup in the state of Nebraska down in Norfolk in Nebraska. Cedar Catholic, Norfolk Catholic, the matchup we've been waiting for all season long. There is one final day and then the playoffs start. Scott, we are in for something special.
Yeah, great football rolls on last night. Outstanding game in the playoffs in Class D1. Tonight on deck is Class C2, 11-man football down here. Norfolk Catholic, the perennial powerhouse. Excellent program. Cedar Catholic comes in, top-rated in the state. They've been there for most of the year, and they come into it's going to be a hostile environment down here. This game was circled on the calendar a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. You talk about premier matchup. This is a matchup between number 1 and number 2 in the most recent coaches poll. Cedar Catholic 8-0, 8 straight wins, and a 1-0 forfeit win last week over Oakland Craig, who did not field a football team this year. Basically gives them a bye week before what could be the biggest game of the season. 2 weeks to get a scout on Norfolk Catholic. Norfolk Catholic on the other end, they are 7-1, lost for the first time since 2021. We're talking about 3 straight undefeated state championship seasons in 22, 23, and 24. But then a loss at the beginning of the year, first game of the year, come out and drop a home matchup to Bishop Neumann, who is also a top-ranked program at 7-1, 21-14. Perfect since then, 7 straight, including a close win over Battle Creek last week, 24-22. But Norfolk Catholic slipping just a little bit at the beginning of the season. Can we say that they are still, undefeated seasons 3 straight? I think so, because they have looked good.
Yeah, it's one of those, you're going to say that they are the odds-on favorite to win a state title year in and year out until their head coach retires. Mm-hmm. Coach Beller's been fantastic down here forever. It's one of those, there was a slip up there against Bishop Neumann, and even Bishop Neumann's starting running back from last year graduated, now plays for the Huskers. They still fielded a fantastic team this year, and they are in the top 5 as well throughout the state of Nebraska in Class C2. But coming up here, I think it's going to be more of the same. These two schools go at it, and it always comes down to, it seems like a one-possession game or a one kind of a play goes back and forth the other direction. That's what decides these close games.
And a defensive matchup a lot of the times, too. In the playoff games of recent, they met in a state championship just a couple years ago, too, in fact, and they ended up being 23 combined points in that ball game. They met earlier in that same season, and it was, I think, a 14-0 final here in Norfolk. Last season, a little more points. Cedar came down here to Norfolk and ended up falling 34-10 last year, and Norfolk goes on and wins the state championship as usual. This season, Cedar is the higher-ranked team. They are ranked number 1, Norfolk Catholic 2 in the coaches poll.
Yeah, and the offense is very good for Cedar Catholic. They got a 3 or 4-headed monster attack when it comes to their running back, but it's the defense. Their defense, I believe, has given up, if you want to quote me, I think it's 54 points on the year. They're in the top 3 or 4 of the entire school history. So the defense is making headlines again for the Trojans.
It's 54 degrees here in Norfolk. That high temperature of 60 starting to fall. The sun has set. There is a little bit of a wind tonight. It is a chilly October evening, and I think that is the first time I've gotten to say that all year. It's a chilly game out. It has been a warm fall as Cedar Catholic and Norfolk Catholic both out on the field ready to start this ball game in about 10 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're on the pregame show from Moody Motors. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com. Visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. We have got our starting lineups and a look at our stats upcoming, some of the other games going on. We're going to be keeping an eye on a lot of the out-of-town scoreboards tonight as well. All that coming up on your Moody Motors pregame show. We'll take a break, come back in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN TV.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game, it's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
All right, back here in the pregame show from Moody Motors. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. We'll go to the stats here in just a moment, but we've got the starters here ready to roll from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Your trusted Zematic by Lindsay Dealer in Hartington. Scott, tell me who is taking the field tonight.
Yeah, starters are going to be for the Norfolk Catholic Knights, Will Brockhouse, Blake Flood, Callan Marshall, he is their quarterback. Gage Yostin, Nathan Timmerman, he will be running the ball a lot tonight for Norfolk Catholic. James Landman, Jonathan Hartzell, Edwin Alakarn, Leighton Burback, and Corbin and Cale Putney. And yes, they are related to the Putneys from up in Hartington. Spoke with their grandparents earlier this evening. For the starters now for Hartington Cedar Catholic, Bodie Hochstein, Booker Hochstein, Brighton Whitmire, Grady Haber is the quarterback, Mason Baller, Brady Hochstein, Easton Hochstein, and they have been rushing the ball. We're going to talk about them here in just a minute as well. Sam Weebelhouse, Will Steffen, Gus Lammers, and Hayden Taney. Those are the starters for tonight's matchup.
And brought to you again by Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zematic by Lindsay Dealer in Hartington. As we turn now to take a look at the stats of this ball game and some of the things that really jump off the page for both of these squads. We'll start it off with the with the Cedar Catholic Trojans here, the road team coming into today, where they love to run the football, and they've got a lot of guys that can do it. In fact, now that everybody's healthy, they have a little bit of a problem with that, Scott. They have too many mouths to feed almost.
That's exactly. We talked about on the way down here, like, who's going to get the lion's share of this? And I really do believe it's going to come down to who gets the hot hand, who gets, the jump, if you will. It's going to be a match between Brady Hochstein, Brighton Whitmire, Easton Hochstein, Micah Cotto, and Hunter Benson. He was dinged up in the last game. We'll see if he is back at full strength. But the Hochsteins and Whitmires and Cottos, they're going to look to do most of the rushing. Brady Hochstein, he leads all rushers for Cedar Catholic with 600 yards on 77 carries and 9 touchdowns, and most of those, all of that was in the last 3-4 weeks when Cotto was out nursing an ankle injury. So we'll see how that goes. Who gets the call right away? You can rest assured those 4 running backs want the rock.
And I love it. I love that that's a problem. That's one of the best problems a head coach could have, is having so many talented players that he can really go to any option. It's one of those where if somebody comes out maybe a little bit slow, you have an option you can go to. Somebody is going to be able to break something open tonight for Cedar, and that is exactly what they need. On the other end for Norfolk Catholic, they're able to throw the ball really well. 73 of 108 for 901 yards is Marshall, the senior quarterback, a quarterback rating of 99. He's getting over 128 yards a game, 7 touchdowns on the season. They love throwing the football.
Yeah, that's twice as much on the numbers compared to what Cedar Catholic is doing through the air. And not that Haber is doing anything wrong or just can't get the ball. That's just not what Cedar is about. They have been able to rush the ball, get the score up, and extend their lead and then burn the clock up. That's kind of how they've got to be a perfect 8-0 on the year. But yes, Marshall throwing the ball, very good for Norfolk Catholic.
And with that, we'll take a break for our national anthem on the Moody Motors pregame show. Back after this on KYN TV.
New inventory to the Moody Motor lot this week include a 2024 Crew Cab Lariat Diesel with the 8-foot box, a really sharp 2020 F-150 Crew Cab with the Sport Appearance Package, and a 2023 F-150 Crew Cab XLT with the 6.5-foot box. On the SUV side is a 2015 Cadillac Escalade and a 2023 High Country Suburban. Stop in and check out our newly expanded inventory right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichson. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
Let's play some high school football here on KYN TV. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We are ready for our Northeast Nebraska game of the week. The Hardington Cedar Catholic Trojans down at the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Scott, we got one heck of a ball game incoming.
Number 1 versus number 2. It doesn't get any better.
No, it does not.
It's lined up this way for about the last month or so on the schedule with that ranking. As you mentioned in the pregame there, that Norfolk Catholic stumbled out of the gate, and they've just clawed their way back up week by week and getting back in that position.
7 straight wins for Norfolk Catholic, actually about the same amount of game wins on the season. You know, they did have Oakland Craig on the schedule. Both teams, Oakland Craig in the last couple of weeks with that kind of get the bye week in there. We talked about how great it was for Cedar Catholic, the positioning of the basically bye week just this last week. For Norfolk Catholic, not too bad either. It's just 2 weeks ago. They had a game versus Battle Creek, and before that was their kind of 1-0 forfeit bye week. So both teams decently fresh legs.
You kind of get a look at a state title game here, maybe a couple weeks early. I don't want
a chance.
You know, you don't know how this game's going to go, but it sure has that feel, and especially if you look at the tradition and history. But it has been dominated by Norfolk Catholic.
Yes, it has. It has been dominated by Norfolk Catholic in the history. Cedar has won this matchup exactly one time in the last 30 years, going back to 1995. That was in 2019, not too long ago. In the last couple of years, as we mentioned, Norfolk Catholic won 39 straight in their last 3 state championship years in 22, 23, and 24. 2025, they're 7-1, and we are ready to kick off this ball game. The foot has been put to the football. Norfolk Catholic kicks it off. Cedar will return it from their own goal line for a touchback. So that is going to start off the ball game. Cedar's going to start things off on offense.
If that gives you any idea of how anxious Cedar Catholic is, number 27, Easton Hochstein, fielded that in the end zone and wanted to come out anyway, but high school rules, that's an automatic touchback. But he was ready. He was coming out.
You just want to hit someone on the first play. Most football players, they always say the nerves go away once you hit someone that first time, once you really get rolling. So here's that first play, the first time these teams are ready to clash. It's 1st and 10 for Hartington Cedar Catholic on their own 20-yard line. They'll come out in the I formation. Quick motion, working left to right is Hunter Benson. They'll hand it off to their running back, working off the left side, and it's a good run for Whitmire to start off the ball game. The senior who had some injury troubles this season but was the week 1 starter. He'll start tonight.
Yeah, Whitmire looked very good on that schoolhouse left. Just kind of got behind some good blockers up front. Nice 9-yard gain on first down.
2nd and 1. I formation again. Benson coming in motion. Just a few steps from the left side. They'll hand it off to a fullback this time who will take it for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Trojans wanting to run the ball tonight. That's certainly going to be their MO. That was Brady Hochstein, another one of those, as we talked about, mouths to feed tonight. A lot of guys who can carry the rock. You can really run some misdirection if you're Cedar tonight.
Brady was an I-back the last few weeks, and now he moves into that fullback position, a gain of about 5 on that play.
1st and 10 Trojans. They're going to split Whitmire out to the left. Hochstein alone, empty set. He'll drop back to throw. 3-step drop, looking right, throws right. Completed pass near the right sideline and a first down. Cutting up field and going down was Booker Hochstein. There's too many Hochsteins to keep track of on this roster. But Booker able to make about a 16-yard catch and run there, and Cedar's going to snap this next play from midfield. Out of the I formation once again, they're going to hand it off. Whitmire going off his right tackle. He'll stumble forward for about 5. 2nd and 5 incoming.
Just a solid trap play there. Cedar Catholic pulled one guard from the left, moved him to the right. That was number 50, Sam Weebelhouse, the senior. Kick out that defensive end. A nice 5-yard run on first down.
Haberger's got him in 2nd and 5, running out of that I again. One man split out wide to the left. They're going to hand it off to Whitmire, and he is instantly wrapped up. There's going to be a loss here in the first 3rd down of the drive incoming for Cedar. First man back there, that might have been Gudenkauf. That was a great tackle for Norfolk Catholic. A 2-yard loss, and it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, solid play there. Great coaching. Just shot the gap and made contact with Whitmire in the backfield.
And for the first negative play for the Trojans, will set up the first 3rd down of this drive. 3rd 7. Haber in the shotgun. He'll split out Whitmire to the left. Empty set. Looking like he's throwing this ball. Dropping back. Rushes on. They blitz. He's rolling to his left. Had to split out. We're going to have 4th down right across midfield at the 45-yard line of Norfolk Catholic. Maybe give him the 44. Nope, right at the 45. It's 4th and 5. See what Cedar wants to do here. You're kind of in that position where you really could go for it. They have an incredible defense once again that has given up exactly 54 points total this season. But the punt unit does come on. But this is the type of field you're in opposing territory in the first drive of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something a little tricky here.
Yep, something dicey. This is the perfect position. We'll see exactly what Coach dials up.
Might want to play the field position game, though. Will punt it. The punter is going to put the foot to the football, and it'll be brought in inside the 15, returned near the 18, 19-yard line. Cedar's playing the field position game early, and in a game like this, it's hard to deny that's the right decision.
Nope, I like it. Safe, it's early. We're just underway here in Norfolk. I like the call, putting it down there, and then just rest on that trusty defense that you've had all year long.
Looks like they're going to mark him officially at the 18-yard line, and that is where the Norfolk Catholic Knights are going to start things off on the offensive side of the football. Marshall going to march out his offense. Callan Marshall, the 190-pound, 6-foot senior quarterback, with Timmerman off his left shoulder, ready to command this offense. First snap, they're going to run a jet sweep over to the left side to a wide receiver. Decent gain on the play. We're going to have second down, but that was Brockhouse. No, I believe that was Nathan Timmerman. Was that 7 or 1 there, Scott?
It was 1.
That was 1. Okay, that
yep.
was Brockhouse then. That was the junior wide receiver who came across the formation, took that sweep out to the left for a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
Very speedy as Brockhouse coming from that wide receiver and all the way across the formation. Had a full steam, but good tackle there after a gain of 7.
High formation this time. Under center is Marshall. They're going to go straight up the middle and maybe a yard gain, but then jumping out to the left side. Timmerman down the near sideline. Massive gain out to midfield. Timmerman looked like that play was dead to rights. Cedar plugged the hole. Rugby scrum, and then somehow he's just able to bounce it to the outside, able to get a little bit of green grass in front of him and takes it all the way directly to the 50-yard line.
Yep, exactly. Just one of those. I thought he disappeared into the mesh of bodies there. When he broke it outside, had a good mesh of green grass in front of him. A gain of 25.
Split out 4 receivers. Trips right, 1 left this time. Knights at their own midfield line in their home stadium. They're going to send out Flood on a roll to the right. Screen pass taken down in the backfield. A great defensive play for the Trojans and a tackle for loss. That's Whitmire himself.
Yeah, Whitmire outstanding on that corner position. Just as soon as he saw it going his direction, shot right past the blocker. There's going to be a 4-yard loss on that play.
Second down. 2nd and 13 looks like. Norfolk Catholic breaks the huddle, and a negative play is what just ended the Cedar Catholic drive, but that was on 2nd down when the Cedar had their negative play. 2 plays to make up for it here for the Knights. Same formation, trips left this time, looking to throw is the quarterback Marshall. He'll throw on the run, and out of bounds is his intended receiver. Made the catch there to James Landman, but well out of bounds. Marshall threw on the run, rolling to his left.
Yeah, very athletic play there by Landman. He's got 18 catches for just under 200 yards. Averages only about 28 yards per game, but very athletic. Almost made that play in bounds.
But the incompletion will bring up 3rd and 13 here for the Knights. And if you're the Trojans, it's the time to stand on the opening drive of this ball game. Dig in your heels. 3rd and 13. Norfolk Catholic running out of the eye. Marshall going to hand off to his tailback. Nope, he drops back to throw, and he's running the screen to his running back. Cedar read it the full way. Someone's been studying film for Cedar Catholic. A great tackle from Micah Cotto. Completed pass to Will Brockhouse. They tried swinging it out to him on the left, but a tackle for loss will end that drive. That was a 7-yard loss on the play. We got 4th and 20.
Yeah, welcome back to the field, Mr. Cotto. That's the coach's son out there making an outstanding play. You're exactly right. Studying film, recognizing the formation, and then just blowing it up.
Read it the full way. Stuck with that roving player as the whistles blow on the snap here. And we're going to have false start on the offense, so that'll back them up a couple of yards. I'm looking at the flag here, trying to see if there's movement. Not as much wind as we were expecting here tonight. Winds coming in 5 to 10 miles an hour. So we'll see how this affects the punting. Might not too much. All right, on 4th and 25 now. The punt is a line drive, end-over-end kick brought in by Whitmire at his own 35. He's rolling to his left, and he's across the 40, the 50. He's got blockers in front of him, across the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds near the opposing 20. What a return for the senior.
That's a 45-yard return by Whitmire, setting up Cedar Catholic. They are right at the red zone, knocking on the door. Perfect field position for Cedar Catholic.
Cedar Catholic, as you said, knocking on the door. They're going to mark him officially at the 21-yard line in opposing territory, just outside of the red zone, where they're ready to start their 2nd drive of this ball game. Cedar Catholic in prime position to break the deadlock 0-0 to start off the ball game and strike first on the road at Norfolk Catholic. 5:58 on the clock. We're in the first quarter, no score. 3rd drive of the game incoming, in the 2nd for the Trojans. Both teams punt on their opening possession, but a great return sets up Cedar Catholic. 1st and 10 on the opposing 21. Easy motion for Haber. They'll hand it off. Running back breaking free into the end zone. No flags. Touchdown. That's Brady Hochstein.
Brady, he ran right off center and then just cut it outside of the linebacker, just like we've seen him do the last 4 weeks. Hochstein strikes first.
That's a great couple of runs to start the game for him. As we mentioned, Cedar has got just a large number of players that can carry the rock here in this game. Finally, they're healthy and they get their weapons back. A lot of misdirection incoming today, and that is what Norfolk Catholic suffered there. They faked it to Whitmire moving left. Hochstein goes right, goes untouched into the end zone. Extra point incoming. Snap is no good. The kick is no good. The hold wasn't great. The snap wasn't right there, and I'm not even sure he got his hand away from it by the time the kick came, and a Norfolk Catholic Knight was able to get there. Like, that was not well executed. But Cedar Catholic does lead 6-0 after a great Brady Hochstein run. 5:52 on the clock, first quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN TV. Back in 30.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Cedar strikes first. It's Brady Hochstein with a long run to set up 6-0. The extra point is blocked by Norfolk Catholic, and they're ready to get the ball back. End-over-end kick brought in at the 6-yard line. Norfolk Catholic bringing it out across the 20, now to the 25. Taken down is Blake Flood at his own 26. Norfolk Catholic ready to march out their offense once again. They were stalled at midfield just a moment ago. They had a great run from Timmerman, got him out to midfield, and then went backwards. I think on 3 consecutive plays. It was Cedar really dug in their heels.
Yep, solid defense there. And then it turned things around. The punt was just a line drive kick to Whitmire for 45 yards on a return, setting up that touchdown run by Hochstein.
They mark him at the 27 extra yard, actually. 1st and 10 for Norfolk Catholic. So Marshall rolling to his right. Throwing downfield, and it is a dangerous throw, nearly picked by Cedar. That was Bodie Hochstein back in coverage who had a chance at that one. Read it perfectly, got up there, nearly came down with an interception.
Athletic play there by Hochstein. One of those, he's a wrestler. He's one of those scrappy kind of players. We saw it there in the defensive back position. Timed his jump perfectly, had a chance at it, but the hand fighting there knocked it free. Almost an interception, as mentioned.
And Marshall takes care of the football pretty well. He's thrown only 4 of those all year long, but that was nearly number 5. He'll have to be careful there. After the incompletion, it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the own 27. I formation. They'll give it to the fullback, but the ball popped out for a moment. That's Timmerman. He's able to get it back. It literally popped into the air about a foot, and he just grabbed it out of the air before he got hit and got 2 yards out of it. 3rd down.
Little bit out of, I'll call rhythm.
Yeah.
For Norfolk Catholic here to start this game. Just not quite in sequence. And I'll give credit to the defense of Cedar Catholic. The defense up front, they're playing a 5-man front stacked with 3 linebackers right behind them, causing some issues.
3rd and 8 here for Norfolk Catholic. Starting this drive, in danger of going 3 and out, and they will. They try another screen pass to the right side. Timmerman is able to make the grab, but tackled instantly after a gain of 2. It's 4th and 6, and the offense comes out 3 and out after giving up a touchdown for Norfolk Catholic. Cedar's getting the ball back with momentum here in the first quarter. 4:41 on the clock.
Yeah, it's another solid defensive play. Right there was Whitmire. As soon as the ball got to Timmerman, Whitmire was there as well. That defense held strong.
So 4th down, punting away are the Knights. And over-end punt going to be brought in by Whitmire again. He had a great return last time, and he's got decent blocking here. He'll take it out to near midfield, marked down at the 48-yard line in Cedar territory.
Yeah, it was a designed return right coming to the near side or the Norfolk Catholic side of the field. And the Knights were ready for that one. In on the tackle for Norfolk Catholic was Tristan Gudenkoff, made a solid play coming across the field.
So 1st and 10, Cedar Catholic. 4:15 on the clock as they start drive number 3. They just got in the end zone. It was Brady Hochstein who ran it in, and he will be the tailback to start off this drive. After a couple explosive plays, they're going to have him at tailback to start here. One man in motion, working to the left, and they're going to go to the left. Sweet play with Hochstein, and he's got blockers in front and a good run. Give him 13, 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Brady, after he just gets the first down, goes another couple and levels the man coming out from the secondary. He stands up and throws his hand, first down, move those chains.
Hochstein was fired up after his first run of the game, and he has not slowed down since then. A touchdown and then that run of 13. Working left to right is Hunter Benson in motion. Taps the hip of the quarterback, and now we snap. Going back to Hochstein, and he's galloping through the secondary. Downfield near the 20-yard line. Another great run. Gain of maybe 17 or 18 on that play. 3:44 on the clock. Still in this first quarter. Cedar just outside the red zone again at the 21-yard line. This is the yard marker where he scored.
It's just the same inside trap play. They go isolate the linebacker. He cuts it to the right, and it's off to the races.
From the 21-yard line, Hochstein. Once again, this is the exact marker that he ended up scoring from. Is a 21-yard run. This time, up the middle, he will be stopped after a gain of about 5. Take him to the 16-yard line. 2nd down.
We talked pregame, how do you feed all the mouths at running back? Everybody got healthy for this game. That's not coincidence. They probably said, let's get them to this game. This is that important of a game. Well, you're seeing it right now. Brady, he wants the rock. He's just rushing very solid.
Brady Hochstein, Easton Hochstein, Brighton Whitmire all in the backfield. Now Easton and Whitmire split out to the right and to the left, respectively. Whitmire in motion now to the left, and they're going to hand it off to Hochstein. A lot of misdirection. That's what we've been talking about all game. Hochstein up the middle for a decent gain, and they'll give him the first down. Right at the 10-yard line should be 1st and goal for the Trojans. That's what I've been talking about, the misdirection. They have so many guys that can carry the rock. They can run a lot of motions, get the defense on their heels, and then just run it up the gut. 1st and goal, Trojans. All full schoolhouse right this time. Whitmire takes it to the 5-yard line. No misdirection there, just straight up. We're running right, try and stop us. 2nd and goal incoming after a gain of 5.
Cedar Catholic seems to be getting 4, 5, 6 yards of carry, and then every now and then they'll bust that big one and get the 17 or 18. Right now it has the heels of that Knight defense. They're back on them, just standing flat-footed, not sure which player is going to get the ball.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Whitmire going to be the tailback out of the eye. Brady Hochstein, the fullback. Hunter Kukta out wide to the right. They're going to hand it off Whitmire. Whitmire rolling off his right tackle. Go into the end zone, diving in, and Cedar leads this ball game 12-0. Touchdown, Hartington Cedar Catholic.
Brighton Whitmire, that was all will. Put his head down, make contact with the secondary coming up, and then lunge and dive for the goal line. A solid play there by Whitmire.
Cedar Catholic lining up for the point after. They did miss the extra point on the last kick attempt. I wonder if they might try and get that point back and go for 2 here. Looks like they will be trying to kick it, so they will line up again. Jared Rutar ready to try this one, and it will be Bodie Hochstein to hold. Last time, a little bit of a bad snap and a bad snap here again. They're able to get the kickoff, had better blocking this time, and it's good. But that snap dribbled back to the holder on the ground. He was able to grab it and get it set up. You could see Rutar on his approach stopped and then just did a one-step kick once he finally got it up. Credit the blocking there because that should have been blocked, but the blocking was so good at time.
Yeah, I don't think you practice those. That's just, you make something out of nothing, and credit everybody down there for remaining calm, getting that kickoff, and through the uprights it goes.
13-0 your score, 147 on the clock in the first quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner here for our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week on KYN TV, streaming live Hot Country 93.1 Facebook as well. Our final regular season football game of the year. From this point on, it's playoffs. Class D1, we already saw a playoff game last night, Scott. You had that one for Hartington Newcastle, as unfortunately they end their season after a great run. Cedar, we're going to be able to kind of follow them in the playoffs, game here and there as well. I'm looking forward to it.
That game last night, after we were all wrapped up and we're kind of the last ones at the field, the coaching staff and some other officials from Wisner-Pilger came out and said, wow, Hartington Newcastle played a very good game. So that was fun to call.
A great kick from Cedar Catholic. After that, it bounces near the 15-yard line. Blake Flood, as it was on the near sideline, I think he might have thought it was going to go out of bounds, so he didn't grab it right away. And Cedar Catholic was able to kind of catch up. They're able to get to him right at the 21. And, yeah, it'll be the 21-yard line is where they mark him here. So, Norfolk Catholic struggling early, and this is the most points they've given up to Cedar Catholic in a few years. Already 13 points in this first quarter.
Yeah, the rushing game, I don't think we got to check my notes. No, Cedar Catholic has not thrown the ball one time, 4 times for Norfolk Catholic. Trojans, if they don't have to, they're not going to throw it.
This was a 34-10 final last year. Norfolk Catholic with the victory. Timmerman, a big reason why he's bouncing off tacklers on his first carry of this series. Gain of 12 and a first down.
Timmerman's one of those kids, I feel like he's been rushing for Norfolk Catholic for like 6 years.
Yeah.
We've been calling games in and out. As a freshman, this kid was spectacular. And now as an upperclassman, he looks very good as well. Definitely a threat for Norfolk Catholic.
1:20 on the clock here. Final minute of the first quarter. Motion left to right here is Brockhouse. They're going to fake to him and now end around to the right side. It's Flood. Flood has a flood of Trojans all over him and might have had a 1-yard loss there. The sweeps, the wide receiver jet sweeps not working for the moment. Cedar is securing the edges very well.
Yeah, the defense, they're very well coached on that. That time blown up by Quinn Hochstein on that defensive end off the left side. Read it well, turned him back in where he had help coming from the backside.
40 seconds left in the quarter. Norfolk Catholic. 2nd and 10. Ended up being right at the line of scrimmage. Going Timmerman to the left this time. Met in the hole, but he's able to go forward for about 5. Another good run, just running through contact, getting yards after the first hit. Timmerman with a gain of 6, actually. 3rd and 4 now incoming.
Big tackle that time by number 64, Gus Slammers, the 240-pound sophomore, as he checks out after that play, but a solid tackle up front.
Quinn Hochstein in on that one as well, as Norfolk Catholic does not have to snap it to end the quarter, and they will not. So at the end of 1, Cedar with the advantage, 13-0. Down in Norfolk. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. Our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week returns in 60 seconds on KYN TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
After one, Cedar leads this ball game 13-0 over Norfolk Catholic down in Norfolk. This has kind of been a house of horrors over the last couple of years. You know, Cedar is not usually playing well in this building. One win against Norfolk Catholic in the last 30 years came in 2019, but playing well in that first quarter.
They came out of the locker room screaming, and they are playing that way in the first quarter.
And a great pass downfield to start off the second quarter from Marshall. He'll have a 20-yard completion to Timmerman, his running back, right in the middle of zone coverage, threaded the needle right between two Trojans. It was double coverage, and he just put it right between them. That was impressive placement on the football.
Yeah, he slung that one hard as he could and cut through the defense. What I like, though, is after he made the catch, there was 4, even possibly 5 white jerseys of the Trojans there to make the tackle secure thing, and now they reset, and they're on defense again on first down.
Callan Marshall, as you said, in first down. He's going to line up. Shotgun with 2 men off his right, and it's going to be a design quarterback run to his right. Great blocking as he's then upended across the 40-yard line. Getting up a little slowly there, but
he was running as fast as he could, and he took a solid shot from Bodie Hochstein, knocked him down. He did get 8 yards on that one, but he took a solid hit.
Solid hit. 11:25 on the clock, but 8 yards on the gain. And that's kind of been how this game has gone so far. Cedar's just been the more physical team. 2nd and 2. Incoming. Callan Marshall fakes to Timmerman, drops back to throw. Throwing deep. And he's got a man at the 5-yard line. James Landman, a well underthrown ball in single coverage. Just able to pull up, get around his defender, bring that one in. 1st and goal. Knights.
Yeah, 40-yard gain on that one. But Hochstein was in perfect position. That was Bodie Hochstein in the secondary on the coverage and tried to make an adjustment with his body and just couldn't get any jump height on that one. Solid play, though, made by Landman.
I formation. It'll be Flood, the tailback. Marshall takes the snap. Hands to Flood. Flood going off his right guard. He'll be taken down. Maybe a half a yard gain near the 4. 2nd and goal incoming for Norfolk Catholic. And this is a must get in the end zone scenario here for the Knights. You know, that first quarter belonged to Cedar Catholic. You got to own the second quarter. And this, getting in the end zone here, would go a long way.
Trojans, I agree with that one. They're going to be trying to play that stop defense up front. That time the tackle made by Quinn Hochstein. He has really come on in the last month of play.
Marshall under center, Timmerman the single back. 4 receivers to the right. They're going to roll out, throw into the right, and he's just going to run it himself near the goal line. But heads up defense, they're able to knock him out. I think that was Easton Hochstein in coverage at the 2-yard line. It was a rollout to the right. Marshall had the option, decided to tuck it and run, and forced out at the 2.
Classic Coach Beller play there. Give yourself some options. They roll out, trying to find somewhere to throw the ball, nowhere to go. Just tuck it and run, pick up a couple, and we'll try again on 3rd down.
And a heads-up play from Easton Hochstein to get that tackle before he got in. All right, 3rd and goal. They're going to hand off Timmerman. Timmerman not going to be stopped. Touchdown, Norfolk Catholic, 13-6. Norfolk Catholic's on the board on the opening drive of the second quarter.
I don't think there should be any panic here. This is one of those well-coached Cedar Catholic is as well. You know you're not going to hold a team like Norfolk Catholic out of the end zone. It's coming. You just have to respond.
9:51 on the clock here in the second quarter. Ready to kick this one is, I think, Edwin Laracon. So here's the kick, and it is good. So 7 points for Norfolk Catholic there off the Timmerman 2-yard touchdown run. 13-7. Cedar Catholic still leads. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner for KYN-TV. We'll return in 30 seconds to Norfolk.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent? Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
.9:51 on the clock here in the second quarter. 13-7, Cedar leads, but Norfolk Catholic just got on the board. A 2-yard touchdown run from Timmerman will make it a one-score game here, Scott.
Yeah, very, very good play calling down the stretch there. That big play of 40 yards matching up with Landman down deep. Cedar Catholic was in good position. The defense was there. Norfolk Catholic just made some plays.
Very good plays through the air, including way downtown. A pass to the 5-yard line on just a straight post route. A great catch, set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in. Norfolk Catholic ready to kick this thing off. Ball is up in the air. Cedar Catholic with a kick return for the first time today. It'll be Whitmire rolling to his right, taking it out to the 40-yard line. Ducking and weaving through traffic, and another good return. He's been on one in special teams today.
You couldn't have said it better. Just a shifty player out there. Thought he was going to be brought down in the 25-yard mark. No, just kept getting a few more, sidestep a defender, setting Cedar Catholic up, wind at their back, which, as you said, has fallen as the game's progressed here. But the wind is at their back, and they're at their own 40. Good position.
We were expecting a little more wind tonight, but as we've been saying, it's really not much of a factor right now. It's 5 to 10 mile an hour, and that's all. All it's really doing is cooling things off here. For the players on the field, however, they're probably plumb comfortable. They probably like the breeze. Here's Brady Hochstein in the first carry of this drive, and oh man, did the ball come out? Oh my gosh, it's Norfolk Catholic football. Brady Hochstein coughed up the football on the first play of the drive. Norfolk Catholic going to take it the other way. Disaster strikes for the road team.
I did not see the ball come out, but I could tell the way that Brady was knocked to the ground. He was basically sitting crisscross applesauce and looking back for the ball. You knew right there something wasn't right. Just wasn't a normal position for him.
So Norfolk Catholic now with a chance to go tie or take the lead. Down 6 here in the second quarter. Turnovers just change ball games. Cedar commits the first one of the game. They're going to hand off Timmerman. Going up the middle. That was Brockhouse. Brockhouse will take it for about 5. Second down incoming. 9:22 on the clock.
And we watched a Norfolk Catholic player there literally get picked up, thrown about 5 yards down the field, and I'm like, who threw him? That was Hochstein. He was taking his frustration out on the nearest Norfolk Catholic player.
So 9 minutes on the clock. In the gun is the quarterback, Marshall. He'll run the option, pitches out to Brockhouse on the right. Brockhouse will take it for a decent gain right near the first down marker. They'll give it to him. 1st and 10 for the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Brockhouse been a big part of that offense so far. He had 55 carries for 364 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into today. All of those numbers second on the team to only Timmerman. Brockhouse going to be the tailback here. That's Flood. Flood the tailback out of the eye. They're going to give it to him with Timmerman as a lead blocker. He'll spin off one tackler. The second man takes him down after a gain of about 4 here. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, just kind of a solid play just off that left side, trying to get a couple blockers in front. No misdirection or anything. Giving up a few yards now will be 2nd down.
So 2nd down, 8:10 on the clock before halftime. 13-7 score. Rolling to his left, Marshall throwing on the run. Not a great throw, but I think the receiver's able to bring it in, and he does. 1st down yardage. It was low and away from the intended receiver in Braden Koch. But he is able to make that catch, and a 1st down for the Knights at the opposing 19. Red zone possession, down 6 for Norfolk Catholic. Rolling to your left, throwing across your body as a right-handed quarterback, an extremely difficult thing to do. But had it just close enough, the receiver is able to make the adjustment and haul it in. So 1st and 10, shotgun. Fake to Timmerman. They're going to hand it to the end around, and the ball comes out. Ball is on the ground. Did Cedar get it back?
Yes, they did. There's the signal.
Yes, they did. So back-to-back fumbles here. Norfolk Catholic coughs up the fumble that they just got back. That is heartbreaking for the home crowd.
This is such a game. I wish there was an emotion meter. You know, it's an ebb and flow, and now just like that, you're thinking Norfolk Catholic's going to march down and shove it in the end zone with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. No, Timmerman sure-handed coughs it up. One each on the fumble for each team now.
So Hochstein and Timmerman, both teams leading rushers on the season with a fumble. Cedar's going to start things off in their own territory. First snap from their own 16-yard line. It's Whitmire trying to run stretch to the left. He'll cut up field. Short gain, 2nd down. Incoming after a gain of 3 officially, 2nd and 7. Timmerman with the stop himself.
I think he's probably got a little bit of that adrenaline just like Brady Hochstein had after he fumbled.
Cedar in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. Whitmire off the left shoulder of the quarterback. He'll hand it off to him. Whitmire rolling to his right, lowers his shoulder, puts the boom into a defender, and he'll take it right near the 1st down marker. Looks to be about a yard, maybe a half a yard short. 3rd and very short incoming for Cedar Catholic. They're lining up quickly to go for this one here. Getting under center is the quarterback, Haberer. Haberer is going to sneak in. He's got the 1st down. Yeah, just no hesitation, just getting right up to the football and running that sneak to get the 1st down yardage on less than a yard.
Yeah, I like that call especially. I think there's some more coaching took place on specifically that play because there was not a nose guard. They were lined up in the gaps and just able to shoot forward was the center, and following right behind was Haberer.
Just over 6 minutes left before halftime. East and Hochstein in motion from right to left. No, excuse me, that is Hunter Kukta. They're going to hand off. Another short gain for the rushing attack of Hartington Cedar Catholic. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 incoming. That was Hochstein, or that was Whitmire again, excuse me. 5:40 to go before halftime. So we had 2 back-to-back fumbles, kind of wash on the turnovers on back-to-back drives, and kind of just back to where we started after the Norfolk Catholic touchdown. Cedar up by 6 and driving. 2nd down. Under center now is Haber. He's going to hand it off to Brady Hochstein. Short gain again. Gain of maybe 2. 3rd down incoming.
So some defensive adjustments being made. Norfolk Catholic, that time they're going to have 6-man in the box, tighten things up, and a lot tougher to get across that line of scrimmage, trying to close out the rushing attack, but still no pass plays for Cedar Catholic.
3rd and 4. Under center is Haber. Single back. Whitmire. They're going to fake it to him, now throw it to him on a roll out to the right, and there was no blockers ahead of him. It was just him alone with 2 Norfolk Catholic Knights. He made the catch, but is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. 4th down incoming, and the punt team is on for the Trojans. Just not a well-executed play. You could see there were supposed to be some wide receivers over there. They got down a little too far downfield, hit the check down in Whitmire right there, and two Norfolk Catholic Knights right on him.
Here is the first time, though, we have seen Mike Akato on the field in over a month. He'll be punting.
We've seen him on defense in this game, but punting
Yes.
for sure, yes. First time he's punted. And it is a good one. High end-over-end kick that is going to come in right at the 27-yard line, and no fair catch incoming for Norfolk Catholic. He was hit right away, and I wondered if we were going to get kick-catch interference if he had called for that, but he didn't. The Norfolk Catholic Knight took a chance there. That was James Landman, but it all works out. They're able to get it in their own territory at the 28-yard line. So that was a weird one.
Yeah,
Scott.
it was very dangerous play there. One of those safety, it's dangerous, as well as fumble-wise dangerous. I'm pretty sure the coach is probably saying, hey, wave the flag next time.
The ball hung up in the air just a little bit due to the wind, so Cedar was able to get underneath that one. And, oh, did we get a flag? Did they throw it?
Definitely delay on the field. I think they're going to take a timeout for Cedar Catholic, I believe. Let's see what the side judge from the Norfolk Catholic side is coming over and saying, hey, what's the call?
Yeah, it looks like we're marching off some yardage against Cedar Catholic.
Oh,
yeah.
Unsportsmanlike on Cedar Catholic. Ooh. So this is a 15-yard penalty. I couldn't see the flag anywhere out there.
No, that must have been. And now the white hat official is speaking with a Cedar Catholic Trojan player with some gusto there. So I'm wondering if something might have been said.
Yeah, probably. And I won't call that player out, but he got an earful from the referee.
He got an earful from the official after a 15-yard walk-off. I am assuming something was said there. But once again, no official word, but 15-yard walk-off, and Norfolk Catholic going to snap things at the 43-yard line in their own territory. 1st and 10 run. Give them a half a yard, and that is all for Timmerman.
Yeah, this kind of a game, you can't have those, I'll call mental lapses. You can't have a 15-yard taunting or unsportsmanlike. You know, it's one thing if you're hustling and you get a face mask. Things like that are going to happen in the game, but you can't have those mental mistakes in a game like this.
Second down here for Norfolk Catholic. They're running out of the I. It's going to be Timmerman as the tailback. They're going to hand it to him, rolling to his left. He had a blocker in front, cuts up field, and he'll take it for about 5. That's going to set up 3rd down.
So approaching that 3-minute mark before the half. This might be one of the more important plays so far we've seen. I know they don't want to give it back to Cedar Catholic.
Yeah, Cedar Catholic did receive the opening kickoff. I think I was mistaken when I said something different earlier. Cedar Catholic received the opening kickoff. Norfolk Catholic will receive the second half kickoff. So they kind of want to take as much time off the clock here as they can with 2:45 to go. An official's going to come in here and call timeout for Norfolk Catholic. 2:39 on the clock, 13-7 your score. We'll take it with them. Our timeouts from Top Crop back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
New inventory to the Moody Motor Lot this week include a 2024 Crew Cab Lariat Diesel with the 8-foot box, a really sharp 2020 F-150 Crew Cab with the Sport Appearance Package, and a 2023 F-150 Crew Cab XLT with the 6.5-foot box. On the SUV side is a 2015 Cadillac Escalade and a 2023 High Country Suburban. Stop in and check out our newly expanded inventory right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Back here in Norfolk, Nebraska, Cedar Catholic, Norfolk Catholic, 1 and 2 in the coaches poll in Class C2. Playoff seeding on the line. This is a matchup between top 5 programs. It's been a great one so far. We've got 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first half. Norfolk Catholic is set to receive the second half kickoff, and they've got the ball here, but facing 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, very important play right here. Trojans still have 3 timeouts in their pocket. They want to get this football and have some room to work with.
Marshall up under center. He's got Flood as his tailback. Timmerman as a wingback off the left side in the strong eye. They're going to give it to Timmerman, going off his right guard with 2 blockers ahead of him in Flood and Brockhouse, and he's going to be stopped. Gain of only 2, and now a decision time incoming for Coach Beller with 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go, and the punt unit appears to be coming on. 4th and 3. Cedar's going to have one more chance to get down the field before the end of this first half, and they have all 3 timeouts. Now this is that territory. You're right at midfield. You get the ball back out of halftime. There's a chance of some trickery here, I'm going to say, but likely kicking. It's going to be Easton Hochstein and I think Micah Cotto back to receive, or is that Whitmire as usual? No, that's Cotto. There is the kick. It's going to be brought in by Hochstein, rolling to his left. Easton going to be hit near the 20. He'll take it out to the 25. Cedar will start their drive with 1:45 on the clock, 13-7 your score.
So yeah, that minute 45 to go, 3 timeouts.
Or was that Cooper Hochstein? That was Cooper Hochstein along with Easton, yes.
Ball sitting at about the 26, so realistically we're looking at about 40 yards, so about half field or so just to get into field goal range for Rutar.
And all 3 timeouts for Cedar Catholic. With 1:45, clock stops on first downs. You got 3 timeouts. You still got enough time to run the ball here even. This is plenty of time for Cedar Catholic as long as you keep the chains moving. So 1st and 10 incoming. It'll be Brady Hochstein, the tailback, in motion. Left to right is Hunter Kukta. Under center, the quarterback, Haber. He'll fake the handoff, looking to throw. Throwing to his right, Easton Hochstein has it in a quick out. Down in bounds, about 5 yards downfield. Cedar Catholic's got to get up quickly and snap this ball on 2nd down. 1:30 to go. No huddle. Getting ready to snap. They'll split out 2 to the left. 1 man on either shoulder of the shotgun Haber. He'll have a bubble screen over to the left side. And another good tackle, but a 1st down this time for the Trojans. That'll stop the clock with 1:09 while the chains move. It was Quinn Hochstein on the reception. Quinn Hochstein, I think that was only his 2nd catch of the season, and a good one there for a 1st down. 1st and 10 Cedar Catholic, now 50 seconds left. Snap for Haber. He'll look to throw over the middle of the field. He's got a man downfield, bouncing off tacklers, down across the 40-yard line. That's Quinn Hochstein again. Quinn Hochstein, I have got 1 catch for 4 yards on the season before those last 2 grabs there, and that one a great one. 42 seconds to go.
That went for 22, a big play, and then at the end he puts his shoulder down and levels a man.
And a timeout is taken. That is the 1st timeout taken for Cedar, and a great time to use it with 42 seconds left. Now you're at the opposing 39. We're going to take part of it with them back in 30 seconds. You're listening to KYN-TV, Northeast Nebraska High School Football on Friday evening.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
First and 10 for the Trojans out of the top crop timeout in opposing territory now. 42 seconds to go and 2 timeouts remaining. Haber, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got Hochstein off his right shoulder. He'll take the snap from the 39-yard line in his chest. 3-step drop, looking to throw. Chucking deep, going to the end zone. It hung up in the air, and it's incomplete. A dangerous throw. It was short of his intended receiver in Baller, and Baller kind of had to play defense there.
I will say that it did go about 44 yards in the air, so a good throw, but yes, a little bit of a defensive play had to be Baller, knock that one down.
.7 seconds left here in the first half. Cedar trying to pack on one more score before we head to the locker rooms. 2nd and 10 from the opposing 39. Cedar nearly in field goal range. Brady Hochstein splits out to the right in motion. Throw into him well behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag is down. Hochstein going to make a man miss and get out of bounds upfield after a gain of about 4, but we got to check this flag here with 27 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's going to be an illegal procedure on Cedar Catholic. Hochstein split out to the side and just took off towards the line of scrimmage a split second before the snap of the ball. And once you go sideways, you can't go back vertically again. So this is going to be marched off against Trojans.
Oh, hold on. We might be waving this off.
Okay.
Motion from Coach Beller.
So he wants to say, nope, you can have the few yards, but you're going to lose the down.
Yeah, it's now going to be 3rd and 8.
Classic Coach Beller move right there.
Trusting his defense here. Instead of having 2nd down and 27 seconds, but backed up a few yards, it's going to be 3rd down. But still got 2 timeouts and 2 downs to get 8 yards here for the Trojans. We'll see if that comes back to bite him here on 3rd down. Haber in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, dropping back to throw. Surveying the middle of the field, throws to the end zone. Over the head of Baller, his intended receiver. We're going to have 4th and 8. So looked like a good decision there from Coach Beller of Norfolk Catholic. A 3rd down incompletion. And now Norfolk Catholic is 1 down away from ending this half.
Yeah, ball's at the 38-yard line. So we are definitely out of range for field goal. A field goal, we need about 15 yards. That would be a 1st down. As it is, though, Trojans looking to talk things over.
Yeah, timeout taken by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. As you said, a little bit outside of field goal range. About a 54-yard kick from this spot, you know, for Rutar. I'm not saying he doesn't have the leg, but we'll see.
That's quite a ways. I know Brady, he's got a good leg on him, too. He's kicked some field goals. But just seeing them in warm-ups and throughout the year, they're at about that 30-yard range.
Got to assume they're going to go for it on 4th down. 21.2 seconds left. The one thing Cedar has done on this drive is successfully whittle down the clock. Even if they don't get this 4th down, there's not a whole lot of time for Norfolk Catholic to do just about anything but kneel it and go into halftime.
I think that's got to be the goal at this point. So if the Trojans would come out, I don't see them kicking to kick it down. They're probably going to try to go for this.
Go for it on 4th, and that's what they do. Here comes the offense.
Now you're going to make them so if you don't get anywhere, they're going to have to go 63 yards are the Knights.
Haber with Brady Hochstein off his left shoulder. He's got 4 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. 4th and 8, 21 seconds left in the first half. 13-3, Cedar leads. Hochstein gets the fake. They'll throw it to the left, and it's a completed pass. Once again, 1st down marker to the 20-yard line. We're going to have the final timeout of the first half here from Cedar in just a moment. And they haven't taken yet. They're going to have to here. Yep, there's the timeout with 13.4 seconds left. And who else, Scott?
Yes.
It's Quinn Hochstein, who is having just the most clutch game we have seen from the senior this season. 1 catch for 4 yards is what I've got him listed for.
I mentioned
he's having a game.
That he come on the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks, about the second half of the season. I just didn't recognize him in the first half. He wasn't involved in the offense that much. And now he is quick-footed. That time there was a quick pass to him, made a defender miss, get downfield. He's just a versatile wide receiver that I have overlooked.
And he is playing well so far. And as we said, in these stats pulled off Max Preps, just 1 catch for 4 yards here, but playing very, very well here today. He has been a very bright spot in the passing game for Cedar Catholic, and Cedar now has a chance to throw at the end zone 2 times. 13.4 seconds remaining. You really can't go down in bounds at this point. I mean, a 1st down would stop the clock. You're about the 20-yard line, just outside, about 20 and a half yards to go, but you kind of got to throw to the end zone here or get out of bounds. All right, let's see what we got. Cedar Catholic rolling up with trips right. 1 man to the left. Brady Hochstein once again off the left shoulder of the quarterback. Haberer takes the snap at his head. He'll look to throw. Throwing to the end zone. He's got a man. Just led him too far out of bounds. Intended receiver did bring it in Hunter Benson, but a step out of bounds led too far. 7.8 seconds.
Now you got a dilemma. It takes about 7 seconds to run that route. That's the fastest one. They're They're very close. They're at the field goal range.
Yeah, that last play took about 6 seconds. If I'm Cedar, I'm throwing it at the end zone one more time. 7.8 seconds. You got time as long as you just 3-step drop and chuck it. You cannot deliver. You cannot go through your reads. You're kind of throwing to your first read here. Let's see what Haberger's got. On second down, he'll drop back to throw. Looking to his right, throwing to the end zone, and it is going to be nearly picked. Did he get a hold of it? Zeros are on the scoreboard. Touchdown! Touchdown called! Touchdown called. Tie goes to the receiver. Oh my gosh, Norfolk Catholic is sick. The Norfolk Catholic DB got up holding the football, and he said he had it. Touchdown is called.
Unbelievable play there by Cedar Catholic. The clock, it's at zeros. There's no time on the clock. That would have been the end of the first half. Chad Cotto on the far side, he's over there getting instruction, and head coach Beller on this side, he is beside himself. But you're exactly right. A tie, and they were kind of wrestling. The tie goes to the offense. Cedar Catholic with a huge play. Who was that? I don't even know who caught that.
19-7 is your score. Going for 2 to go into the locker room here. One final play before halftime. They're going to hand it off. This is Brady Hochstein rolling to his left, cutting upfield, getting into the end zone. He fumbled the ball. He's able to grab it. I think they called him in before he even fumbled it, but he got it in the end zone either way. So 21-7 is going to be your halftime score. Cedar Catholic with a touchdown throw as time expires in the first half. Caught by both a defender and a receiver. Tie goes to the receiver. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to KYN TV's coverage, our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer.
All right, let's go ahead and start off our halftime show here. Brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. 21-7 is your halftime score. Cedar Catholic scores as time expires. Final touchdown throw from Grady Haber to the far end of the field in the corner of the end zone. Tie goes to the receiver. It was brought down by two guys, a receiver and a defensive back, and Cedar ends up getting 6 points.
Yeah, the back judge, he was in great position there. The side judge, he worked it down the field as well, and after the play was wrapping up, they got together, quick talk, and they're like, yes, hands went up, touchdown. That might be the play of the year. We got to wait a couple weeks to go, but if we're going to look back, I think that one right there could be that important.
For Cedar, it is that important to start things off. Now, you got to hold as you start the second half. Norfolk Catholic will get the ball first, down 2 possessions. We'll see if they can go make it 1. But let's get to our scoring review from this first half. Walk me through those 4 scoring plays.
Unbelievable with the 5:52 mark in that first quarter. 21-yard Brady Hochstein run. It was kind of the Brady show in that first start, getting things running. Solid rushing for Brady. Extra point, though, was blocked. 6-0, Cedar Catholic out on top to start this game. Then at the 147 mark of that first quarter, 6-yard by Whitmire. The extra point was good. 13-0 is where we sat after one quarter. Get to the second quarter, Norfolk Catholic strikes. You knew they were going to get in there. Timmerman on the 2-yard run, the extra point was good, 13-7. Then with no time on the clock, I can now confirm, as I'm getting messages from the coaching staff, an 18-yard pass play from Haber to Cooper Hochstein. Cooper with the unbelievable strength and finish of that play, and the 2-point conversion was good by Brady Hochstein. 21-7, that's where we sit at the half.
And only the second touchdown reception of the year for the sophomore. And 3 catches coming into today. This was a great ball for Cooper there.
Yeah, one of those, his dad's an assistant coach. I know he puts a lot of time into the youth football program. Couldn't feel more happy for the assistant coach as well as the player there in Cooper making that big play.
So 21-7 at halftime once again. We're going to take one more break of 2 minutes, and we're going to come back and start rolling through our score or our stats from the first half. Individual stats for both teams incoming. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week. Cedar Catholic up 21-7 at Norfolk Catholic in the final game of the regular season. Back in a couple more minutes on KYN TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
New inventory to the Moody Motor Lot this week include a 2024 Crew Cab Lariat Diesel with the 8-foot box, a really sharp 2020 F-150 Crew Cab with the Sport Appearance Package, and a 2023 F-150 Crew Cab XLT with the 6.5-foot box. On the SUV side is a 2015 Cadillac Escalade and a 2023 High Country Suburban. Stop in and check out our newly expanded inventory right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
21-7 score at the half from Christensen Well and Irrigation, built in over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. Let's roll through the game stats today. Cedar Catholic leads 21-7, and a great catch from Cooper Hochstein as time expires for the final 7 points of that half. Let's go through the individual scoring here, Scott.
Absolutely. Norfolk Catholic, 7 points in that first half. Let's break things down with them first. The total plays, 23 plays for Norfolk Catholic, 26 for Cedar Catholic, and it's very comparable when you break it down run to pass. 16 rushes, 7 passes for Norfolk Catholic, 17 rushes, 9 passes for Cedar Catholic. The rushing leading the way, though, for Norfolk Catholic, Nathan Timmerman had 8 carries, 55 yards, and 1 touchdown. Will Brockhouse, 3 rushes, 19 yards. Blake Flood had 3. He went for 4 yards. And Callan Marshall on scrambles had 2 rushes for 11 yards. Marshall, very solid in that first half. No mistakes, just a couple of nice plays downfield. 6 for 7, 64 yards. And those grabs went to James Landman. He had 36 yards total. Remember, he had that 1 catch, went for 40 yards. Will Brockhouse had 1 grab. It went -7 yards. Braden Kush, 1 catch, 13. And Nathan Timmerman had 2 grabs for 22 yards. Norfolk Catholic did have 1 fumble in that first half. Cedar Catholic, Brady Hochstein, he was getting the call early and often. 3 of his first 4 rushes went for over 13 yards, so solid play there by Hochstein. He did finish with 7 rushes, 70 yards, 1 touchdown in that first half. Brighton Whitmire, almost equal amount of workload. He got 8 rushes, 33 yards, and 1 touchdown as well. Grady Haber had 2 rushes for 4 yards in scrambling out of the pocket. Haber, though, very good in the pocket. 6 for 9, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown. No major mistakes there from the sophomore quarterback. In the receiving category, those 6 for 9, those 6 grabs went to Brady Hochstein for 2, Easton Hochstein for 5, Booker Hochstein for 16, Quinn Hochstein. He had 3 grabs, as you mentioned. He only had 1 coming in, had 3 grabs this time, is going to go for 46 yards. Very good play there by the senior, but stealing the show and the highlight reel at the very end of that first half. Cooper Hochstein, 1 touchdown for 18 yards, and those are the stats.
21-7 is your score at the half. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner for KYN-TV, our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week. And it's been just that. Norfolk Catholic will receive the second half kickoff in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take another break here on the halftime report from Christensen Well in Irrigation. We'll come back and roll through our out-of-town scoreboard, take a look at some of the other games we're keeping an eye on in Class C2. Back after this on KYN-TV.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
All right, back here on the halftime report from Christensen Well and Irrigation as we're ready to check our out-of-town scoreboard from the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. 21-7, once again, the score of our ball game Cedar Catholic over Norfolk Catholic at the half. Let's go through some other big games in Class C2, Scott.
Absolutely. Class C2, one game is taking place, North Bend Central. There is 2 minutes left before the half. They're playing UTAN, the Chieftains, a team that Cedar Catholic has played the last couple of years and struggled with them. It is the Chieftains so far, just before the half, 32-20. Battle Creek all over Ponca. That game is at the half, and Battle Creek is up 32-0. Archbishop Bergen, the number 3 seeded, they're all over Arlington. This game at the half as well, 14-0. Arlington, they're right on the bubble for contention of getting into the playoffs. Kearney Catholic, number 7th ranked, 21-6 over Valentine. That game is just about approaching halftime. Number 4, Bishop Newman, a team that has been, they were number 1 and right at the top. Now they're sitting number 4. They are on top of Raymond Central, and Raymond Central is another team that is right near that playoff schedule. And they are up 20-6 now is Bishop Newman. That game is at the half. Number 10, Malcolm, no score against Lincoln Lutheran. That is a battle of top 10 teams.
And defense is ruling.
Yep, defense is definitely, that game being played in Malcolm, just west of Lincoln at the half, 0 on the scoreboard. Number 5, Grand Island Central Catholic, all over St. Paul, 42-0. That game is at the half. Aquinas Catholic up 20-0 over Takema Herman. Aquinas Catholic, we were talking about earlier, they're looking for their first win this year, just one of those seasons, and they are looking like they're going to get their victory tonight as they're up 20-0 at the half. Those are the games taking place tonight. There was 2 games in Class C2 last night. Fillmore Central 28-19 over Hastings St. Cecilia, but the headliner coming out of last night's game was number 6 Ord. They're a team that Cedar Catholic lost to a couple years ago in the playoffs, and then number 9 Boone Central from Albion. And Boone Central, being ranked number 9 in the coaches poll, they are in danger of not making the playoffs this year as they are sitting number 16. Now, last night we talked about Class D1, 8-man football, top 32 get in. 11-man football, it's only 16, so they might need a little help or just hopefully things go their way, a little luck, but as it was, Ord beat Boone Central last night 35-19.
The good news for that team, however, Raymond Central is the team in the 17 spot. They are playing Bishop Newman tonight, and they are losing in the third quarter 20-14, but a close game. If they win that game, that might just be curtains on the season for Boone Central.
We're sitting here watching this.
Oh, man.
As broadcasters, imagine the kids in those where things are out of your hands. You just got to sit back and watch.
Just got to watch.
Boone Central, I think they probably have the toughest schedule of any team in the state.
Oh, there's a solid chance there. Boone Central, take a look at their losses on the season. It's all been to really good teams. Cedar Catholic, Norfolk Catholic, these 2 teams, they played 1 and 2 to start the season in their first 2 games. They did fall in both of those in close games, both of them 1-score games. And then Grand Island Central Catholic, who is also 7-1, and then falling to Ord just yesterday. Those were the only losses. That's a crazy schedule.
Those players are probably looking back at their roster or their schedule and going, geez, what'd we do? You just get paired up, and you never know how each team's going to be every year in and year out, but that is a tough schedule.
Let's go ahead and go to Class D1. We did see the first round of the playoffs yesterday, that round of 32, and we had 16 teams in their season, including Hartington, Newcastle. They come up just short on the road at Wisner-Pilger. You were there for that game, Scott, 38-28 final.
Hard-hitting game. One of the more harder-hitting games I've seen throughout the year. I thought the Wildcats had a fantastic script. They went in with a 1,000-yard rusher in Hymas, and they just shut the rushing game down. They went to a passing game, and it was very effective. In the end, though, Wildcats fell 38-28, and their season comes to an end.
Some of the other big scores, Shelby Rising City over Boyd County, 44-22 in the 1-32 team. Bloomfield does defeat Sutton, getting the upset as the 17 seed, 34-26. Pender defeats Meade, 47-6. Lord Central Catholic over Guardian Angel Central Catholic, 43-12. Crofton defeats Kimball, 90-20 in the biggest scoring difference of the weekend. That is an insane score there. Hemingford over East Butler, 64-14. Looking for more of the highlights. Wausau Osmond moves on, beating Summerland, 36-6. Clarkson Lee falls to Bridgeport, 48-26. And McCool Junction wins a close one over Arcadia Loop City 44-42. Those are some of the highlights from last night's D1 first round.
Yeah, there was one that jumped off this page at me. Number 29, Stanton, winning over number 4, Ravenna. Stanton just removed from a state title, and they won 62-44 over Ravenna, which was unbeaten. That was a shocker to me as well. So the other one you mentioned, Bloomfield, the 17 seed, winning against the Sutton Mustangs in the 16 seed. Back up a week ago, Bloomfield had a bunch of injuries, went into Hartington Newcastle, got beat, and then they dropped down. So they're the first team out that has to travel. They go down, beat Sutton, and now look at how the brackets fall. They got to take on number 1, Shelby Rising City. So that game against Hartington Newcastle definitely had an effect.
Yes, it was. That was definitely an effect. One more game to check in the out-of-town scoreboard. Why Not does get the victory last night as well over Fullerton in Class D2, 44-8. That's your out-of-town scoreboard check from the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. We'll be checking on those games again in the fourth quarter and post-game to kind of give you a look of how the Class C2 playoffs are going to shape up. But now players are taking the floor once again on the field. Cedar Catholic's ready to kick this one away. We're ready to go for the second half.
Ready to go. A little bit of wind still at their back, blowing out there. It's going to be in the back of Cedar Catholic's Bodie Hochstein. See if he can't put this one down long and try to pin those Knights in deep.
21-7, your halftime score. Cedar Catholic. Kicker approaches the football, and we are underway in the second half. And it bounces off the chest plate of the return man. He's able to pick it up. That is Flood, who takes it out to about his own 19-yard line, able to avoid the massive disaster. It bounced only once, and it bounced right back to him, thankfully, so he was able to just grab it and take off.
Little hiccup, still was able to get out positive yards. They'll be set up at about the 19-yard line. Tackle on that return made by number 22. That's Brady Hochstein. He is the defensive captain, as he's getting signals now from the sideline to call that defense in.
Norfolk Catholic only 7 points in the first half. Cedar's defense giving up 54 points all year coming into today. They have been as advertised. 1st and 10 run goes for maybe 3 yards. Pushing the pile there was the Knights' offensive line behind their running back, who had that first carry in Timmerman.
You always feel like this first possession, once you come out of the halftime, kind of sets the stage a little bit. How do the adjustments, are they taking effect? Things of that nature. This kind of feels like it carries into the entire rest of the game.
So we'll go to the shotgun. It's going to be Brockhouse splitting in motion right to left. Rolling to his left now is the quarterback, trying to throw across his body downfield, well short of his intended receiver. Incomplete. Rolling to the left. Marshall has done that a lot today, and trying to throw across his body. I think we've only seen one completion on those plays, and even then it wasn't very on target. The receiver made a great adjustment. Rolling to your left and throwing across your body as a right-handed quarterback, one of the most difficult things to do.
I wonder if they're trying to target a specific corner on Cedar Catholic's defense. I don't know, but that's something that you think that the coaching staff wouldn't want to put their quarterback in.
Dropping back to throw again. Nope, it's a fake. It's a draw to the running back. Timmerman takes off, and it was a great draw. He's going to take this one for maybe 15 yards here. 11:03 on the clock in the third quarter. That'll move the chains. It was a well-executed draw. The defense bid on the pass. Everybody got on their back heels, dropping back into coverage, and then Timmerman just runs it up the gut.
Yeah, a draw and a screenplay. Those are two fantastic calls to get that defense to blow by when they're so aggressive. If you can clear that first line of scrimmage of defenders, you got a lot of room.
1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line in own territory. Here's Timmerman on 1st and 10. He'll take it for 3 once again. 2nd and 7 incoming. Mike Akato with the tackle. Timmerman got up a little slowly there, and he's going to come off the field now. Ty Geiger checks in for him. 21-7 your score. In comes James Landman as well. 2nd and 7. Landman splits out wide to the right. Brockhouse going to be the tailback. It's Flood the fullback. Under center in the I is Callan Marshall. He'll hand it off to his tailback, going up the middle, and another decent gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 3 here, a manageable down at the own 45-yard line for Norfolk Catholic. Brockhouse with a decent run, and here comes Timmerman back in the game. Just one play out, and he's back out there on 3rd and 3. Most of the time, you'd expect they'd give it to their bruiser and Timmerman right here.
Yeah, he's sure-handed. Granted, I think he had that fumble in the first half, but he's very effective running.
3rd and 3. Timmerman lines up as a wing back, and they will hand it to the tailback and Flood, and he's going to be stood up near the first down marker. I don't think he got it. We're going to have 4th and very short here, Scott. Near midfield at the 47-yard line in their own territory. Decision for Coach Beller. 4th and less than a yard, but you're on your own side of the field. The offense is staying out there.
I ain't even going to try to pretend that I can read Coach Beller's mind. No, I think the offense is staying out there.
Yes, it is. Brockhouse and Landman running on the field to check in the play. Here comes the offense. 4th and less than a yard. Marshall getting up under center. You got to expect they're just going to run right up that A-gap. Marshall takes the snap, hands it off tailback. Timmerman's got the first down. And they did right off the left guard, in between the guard and the center. 8:37 on the clock, 1st and 10 in the 3rd quarter. 21-7. This is the opening drive of the second half.
There's so much advantage to the offense there. Defense, you got to be thinking, oh, is it a hard count? You don't want to jump and give them a freebie. You don't know what direction they're going there. But a good and effective play there for Norfolk Catholic. Move those chains.
1st and 10 for the Knights. It'll be Brockhouse split out wide to the right. One receiver to the left as well. Marshall in the gun, rolling to his right this time. Rushes on him. He's able to break away from a sack. Throws a wobbler downfield, and it's a completed pass. Receiver came back to the football. That was almost 10 yards short. Brockhouse put a foot in the ground and came back to it and was able to bring it in at the 21-yard line of Cedar.
I got that one for about 27 yards. Another one of those where the Cedar defender, I believe on that one was Bodie Hochstein, was in good position, just lost track of the football in the last few yards.
Yeah, he was playing the go route. That's what the receiver was running, but we have seen this so far in this game. The balls have been pretty consistently underthrown on the deep balls. Receivers are coming back to them and able to get a little separation as they come back to the football. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if that's the design, because it's been every deep ball thrown by Norfolk Catholic so far is about 5 yards behind where you'd expect. Receivers are able to come back to the football and lose their defender. 1st and 10 run by Timmerman goes for 1 yard.
I know you're probably going to get tired of me saying this, but it could be a good coaching thing. Run back at the ball. You can pick up an easy pass interference call that way a lot of times.
Yeah, you can. So 2nd and 9 after the 1 yard run from Timmerman. It's going to be a direct snap, I believe. That's Brockhouse running the football, is it not? Yeah, Brockhouse, direct snap.
Yeah, tackle made also that time. Jared Rutar chasing him down from the backside.
Gain of 4. 3rd and 5. So Norfolk Catholic tries to run the Wildcat, goes to the direct snap to Brockhouse, the running back. Gain of 4. At the 16-yard line of Cedar Catholic now, Marshall will be in the shotgun. Timmerman off his left shoulder. Brockhouse off the right side. He's in motion right to left. He'll line up to the left. Now rolling to his left is Marshall, the quarterback. He had a man open in the end zone, didn't let it fly, throws it late, and it's incomplete. Oh, Marshall had a man wide open in the end zone. That was Blake Flood, and he just didn't see it.
Yeah, and then he makes a very aggressive throw right at the very end, and cutting it off as Bodie Hochstein got a hand on it. Ball gets tipped up and goes out of bounds. Solid defense, but yes, he missed a man as he had him wide open.
And now it's 4th down. Dangerous territory here for Norfolk Catholic. They're going for it. 4th and 5. Callan Marshall in the shotgun. He's got Timmerman off his right shoulder. He'll take the snap, running the option to the left. Pitch to Timmerman. Timmerman's hit near the line of scrimmage. Did he get there? I don't think he did. This is going to depend on the spot. No, the spot is short, about a yard. Cedar Catholic holds again.
Wow. What a play. Cedar Catholic is dialing up the defense all year long, and right there against one of the best teams in the state in Class C2. They stop them in the red zone. Solid play for Cedar Catholic.
And the opening drive of the second half takes 5 minutes and 47 seconds and comes away with nothing. Does Norfolk Catholic. A turnover on downs at the opposing 13-yard line. They just don't get the yardage on fourth down. Those are a heartbreaking drives. You're able to take that much time off the clock, just driving methodically down the field, and you come up short. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. It's Brady Hochstein with a run of 5, second and medium incoming after that first down run. That's just a heartbreaker.
It is a heartbreaker, and the feeling that I'm having watching that play out, we have been on the receiving end of that against Norfolk Catholic for so many years. Trojans do the same thing, and they just come up a little short. So to see the conversion going the other way tonight, it feels really good. Actually.
It feels different, Scott. This game feels different than the last couple of ones we've called in over the years. Once again, Cedar's record against Norfolk Catholic in the history, not good. We can go over it in a second, but leading in this ball game. And another good run from Brady Hochstein right near the sticks. They should give him the first down marker there.
Yes, there it is. First down. Move those chains. Brady putting his head down, spinning, dragging a player across the chains. Got it by about a yard.
So the newspaper in Hardington reported this earlier this week. A very good article about this matchup, but it also talked about the all-time series. 34 matchups since 1963, with Cedar Catholic winning only 6 of those. And the last win was 2019. Before that, 1995. That is one win in the last 30 years. Norfolk Catholic has really controlled this rivalry, but tonight it's been all Cedar for the most part. 21-7 they lead. They've got the ball back, 1st and 10. Brady Hochstein running to his right. He's breaking free, breaking tackles, getting downfield, and a gain of nearly 20.
Big play there by Hochstein, just running over players. You allude to the paper there, the Cedar County News. Outstanding article, Rob Dump, Peggy Year. I thought that article was fantastic. I had to share it. But you allude back to 1995. I got to throw out a couple names. Jamie Jones might have been a quarterback. Paul Howie was a wide receiver. He had interest from Kansas State. That was a very good team.
So 1st and 10, Cedar in the eye. They're going to hand off to their tailback, Brady Hochstein, who has been great today. And another good run here. He's in open space, down the field to the 20, cutting back, down at the 16-yard line. Brady Hochstein on fire today. A run of north of 35.
He got 40 right on the nose of that one. I don't think he has ever looked like he was running out of gas, but that one there, the last few yards, he didn't know which way to turn. He was trying to stay away from the defenders because he couldn't outrun them. Just giving it everything he had. Yeah, and he's gasping for a little air right now.
Might need a substitution, but at the same time, the way he's running tonight, it's hard to take him out. He's got something rolling right now. Love what I am seeing from the senior running back, and he is the tailback on this play. I formation, there's the snap. They're going to hand it off to the fullback this time, using Brady as a distraction. Easton Hochstein took that snap. Short gain of about 2 here. 2nd and 8 incoming. Once again at the 16-yard line was that 1st and 10 snap. 3:36 on the clock and counting in the third quarter. Cedar is trying to make this a 3-possession game in the final minutes of the third quarter.
And that was Easton's first carry of the game. He's got 30 carries, 320 yards, so he averages just over 10, 3 touchdowns on the season.
Second and 8. Cedar Catholic out of the eye. They're going to hand off to their running back. That's Micah Cotto back in the game. And a flag is thrown after a gain of 1. We got to check this flag. Yeah, Cedar's moving it back here, Scott.
Yeah, it looks like in a position where a hold's going to be called on the interior line. Yep, so that'll march them back. It's a spot foul, 10-yard penalty, and they'll be coming back.
Brady Hochstein checks back into the game for Micah Cotto. Some well-earned rest on those last couple of plays. The handoff to Easton, and then the handoff to Micah. But now, a little bit of yardage to make up. It's 2nd and 20. Second and 19. 18, actually. Second and 18 is the yardage. I formation, Brady Hochstein, the tailback. You got to assume they're going to use him here. They're going to take the snap, fake to Hochstein. Rolling to his right is Haber, the quarterback. He's got a man open. That's Easton Hochstein in space. He's going to go forward near the first down marker. On second and 18, he's going to make it now third and short. We'll check the spot. Should be within 2 yards. And it is exactly 2 yards. Third and 2 now for the Trojans. Certainly 4-down territory now after a great gain. Could settle for 3 if you choose, but you've had trouble with the kicking today on your 2 extra points. 1 blocked, 1 was through, but wasn't exactly clean. Third and 2. They're going to hand off fullback. Easton Hochstein's got it. Easton Hochstein with the first down yardage. First and goal, now incoming from the 5.
Tehl, you always say those fullbacks, they get 2 yards. I think he got 3. Now we're set up first down and goal. And one person I have not seen since the half, Brighton Whitmire. I don't know where he is at.
Yeah, I was wondering that earlier too. Handoff fullback again. Getting 5 yards here is Cedar Catholic and a touchdown. Brady Hochstein able to make it a 3-possession game.
Brady lined up in the fullback position, been coming out of either the eye or the lone setback that time. And you can tell the way he finished that run, dropped the ball. He's gassed. He's carrying the load.
Hey, man, he's allowed to be after that drive right there. 27-7, mostly on his own back. Lining up for the extra point now as a 20-point advantage for the road team, Cedar Catholic. Jared Rutar. Delay of game. That was a quick delay of game. I feel like maybe not. Maybe we were just caught up in the touchdown, but back him up 5 yards. Jared Rutar will start again. So Cedar Catholic was not ready on that extra point try. They marched out slowly, so back him up 5 yards. Rutar now trying the extra point. Here's a good snap. Kick is on the way, has the distance, but it's wide left, no good. The kicking just hasn't been there today. The first one was blocked. The second one, it was a dribbled snap back. The holder was able to get it in time to where they were able to get it through. Great blocking to hold it off. And the third one, wide to the left. So a little bit of a concern there, but cushion room for Cedar either way. 27-7 on another touchdown run from Brady Hochstein. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week on KYN TV.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
So with 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the third quarter, Cedar takes a 20-point lead over Norfolk Catholic. 27-7 is your score. Here's the kickoff. Cedar kicks it deep, end-over-end kick brought in at the 4-yard line, and a little bit of trickery here from Norfolk Catholic, faking a handoff there between the two return men, but it is, looks like that was James Landman who returned it out to the 22.
And a good open field tackle there, Mason Bowler making it, just kind of tripping him up as he falls forward, and they'll have it first down and 10. As you mentioned, at the 22, Cedar Catholic kind of pouring it on to the number 2 team in the state here, 27-7. No way are we counting out the Knights, though.
Not at all. They won 39 straight for a reason, with 3 state championships in there. In 22, 23, and 24 years, they were undefeated, 13-0, all the way through to the state championship. 3 straight years coming into this ball game. Only 1 loss in the last 4 years. That was the first game of this season, and it was a close one to Bishop Neumann. This is a quality program. 1st and 10 run goes for about 5 here. 2nd and 5 incoming, but as you said, you cannot count them out.
You know, I have to read those kind of articles like we referred to in the paper and kind of look at some stats online just to kind of refresh my memory of just how dominant they were. I assure you, head coach Chad Cotto doesn't need to read no articles. He knows exactly how dominant this program has been.
Cedar cannot let up an inch. 2nd and 5 incoming for the Knights. They're looking to throw a screen pass here, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, in and out of the hands of Whitmire. He just dropped what could have nearly been a game sealer. It overthrew the screen pass right into the hands of Whitmire, and if he was able to bring that one in, he was gone. That was a pick 6 if he made the catch.
Whitmire's 7 yards from any player, and he is having a conversation with himself.
Ooh.
That would have been the easiest pick 6 he could have ever received.
That would have made it a 4-possession game in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. That might have just done it. That was close. Scramble on the next play. Marshall going downfield. He's got 1st down yardage on 3rd down, and a good run of about 12. Wait a second.
And a penalty flag.
Penalty flag. It was a 1st down run, but Norfolk Catholic is backing up here. Oh, this is massive. Norfolk Catholic needs points on this drive, and now they're going to have 3rd and very long. Check the flag.
Yeah, it was on the far side of the field. There was a lot of players in the way. So he had gotten a 1st down, and then the flag gets thrown, so he put him back. Now it's 3rd and about 7, ball at the 25-yard line.
I think that was holding downfield, so they backed about 10 yards, and it's 3rd and 7. That was actually holding all the way across the 1st down marker, but they backed him up on the yardage. 3rd and 7. Rolling to his right. Marshall, pressure's on. They're trying to throw it. He'll find Timmerman, his outlet man, and Timmerman close to the 1st down. This is going to depend on the spot. I think they're going to give him it. Yeah, they will. They'll give him the spot. 8 yards. 1st and 10. That was a good play for Norfolk Catholic just to stay alive here.
Yeah, Norfolk Catholic, as you mentioned, just the scramble, make something happen, come to the near side, and then once Timmerman's got the ball, he's just quick-footed. Doesn't matter if he's running it or receiving it.
25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, possibly the final play of the quarter. Screen pass to the left. Timmerman cut down about 4 yards downfield. 15 seconds left in the quarter. We'll see if Norfolk Catholic wants to snap it one more time. They do not have to. 27-7 is your score. And that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 27-7. Cedar Catholic trying to make a statement with an undefeated season and the 1 seed going into the playoffs. They're 12 minutes away. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Riverfront Broadcasting's Game of the Week on KYN TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
Let's start the 4th quarter of play here on KYN TV. 27-7 is your score as we start the 4th. First play, Norfolk Catholic, a screen play to the left, and they have good blockers out in front of Timmerman. He'll cut across field. He's got a 1st down here on 2nd and 6. And a long pass, and run about 15 yards on the screen. They had Cedar Catholic faked out pretty well. Everybody was deep, so there were blockers ahead of Timmerman, and he was just able to take it 10 yards before first contact.
I don't think there should be any surprise from here on out. That is exactly what Norfolk Catholic is going to have to do. They can't rush the ball with 11 minutes or so to go in this game, trailing by 20 points. I would think there's got to be that sense of urgency because Cedar Catholic is going to slow it down on the other side.
Oh, yeah. And Cedar Catholic really has not been stopped running the football today. They've kind of had their way, especially in this second half. Timmerman going up the middle. He'll get a gain of about 6 here. So they are keeping it on the ground. It's still over 11 minutes left. You can run the football as long as you're still getting positive yardage. You really can't have first, second, and third down on every set of downs here. You got to get down the field. You're not in desperation crunch time, but you're approaching it.
Getting close.
Getting close to it.
It just has that feel.
It's one of those. This is one of those drives where if you don't score here, then you're getting into desperation crunch time.
Yeah.
But if you score here, 2-possession game with maybe 9 minutes to go, that's still doable. Timmerman running this football, and he's going to go down at the line of scrimmage. A great defensive play from Brady Hochstein, who has just been the best player on the field today.
Yeah, speed, aggressiveness, that I mentioned, that wrestler mentality. That time there, he just got in low, got underneath Timmerman, wrapped up, and dropped him right in his tracks. Solid play by Hochstein.
3rd and 4 incoming. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left in the ball game. 27-7. Cedar Catholic leads down in Norfolk. 3rd down, I formation. They're going to hand it off Timmerman, the tailback, and he's got first down yardage. We're going up the middle. Gain of 10. Now to the 31-yard line in opposing territory. .953 left to go. First and 10 from the 31-yard line in opposing territory. Norfolk Catholic driving well here. Cedar's defense has been able to turn them away a couple of times down in this side of the field, including the last time they were down here. They had a 4th down stop on their own, I believe, 16-yard line. Norfolk Catholic has a run of 7 here on first down. They've got to keep those moving. 9:20 to go. Cedar's defense, 54 points allowed coming into today. Only 7 through the first 3 quarters. That's 61 points on the season.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable defense. Defense travels, and it traveled here tonight in a road game at the 3-time defending state champion, Norfolk Knights. And a great play on second down. Cut down is Blake Flood, 2 yards downfield. 3rd and 3 incoming for Norfolk Catholic.
And who made the play? Brady. Brady Hochstein getting low. He lines up in that linebacker position 3 yards deep, and as soon as he sees the direction of the hole that running back is going, he is the fastest man on the field going in and plugging that hole and cutting their legs off. That is just a solid defensive play.
Having one of the best games of his high school career in his final regular season game for the senior. Timmerman trying to push the pile on 3rd down. He is near the marker. This is going to depend on the spot. This is a 3rd down play. It's right at the spot. They're going to motion first down. So 1st and 10 for Norfolk Catholic. 8:05 on the clock and counting once the chains are set. So 27-7 is your score. Cedar does lead, but Norfolk Catholic knocking on the door. But this drive's taking a lot of time. Time is not the friend of the home team right now. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking to the end zone, nobody open. Rushes on, trying to get rid of it, and it is nearly picked again for the 3rd time. Whitmire able to knock that one out for the incompletion. Cedar has had their chances at the quarterback, Marshall, today. Not able to bring any of them in, but a lot of pass defense.
I can hear the oohing and ahhing in my headset, and the windows are closed here in the broadcast booth. That was one of those. Whitmire was just flying, got his hands on that one.
Second down. Marshall pitches to Timmerman, rolling to the left, stretch play. He'll be cut down near the 15-yard line. It's going to be third down, 3rd and 4. 7:22. This is turning into another long drive for Norfolk Catholic, and down 20 in the fourth quarter. This drive is kind of turning into do-or-die type of territory. You've taken way too much time off the clock. You now have to score here. You cannot get turned away.
Yeah, need points. Got to have it. And the Trojans, if they can just slow this is a good defensive stand, dragging things out.
Clock is the friend of the road team tonight. Marshall gives to Timmerman. Timmerman off his right tackle, and he's going to be short. We're going to have fourth down. Cedar just stood in their own territory last time Norfolk Catholic was down here in the opening possession of the second half. You remember it was a nearly 6-minute drive, went all the way to the opposing 16, and Cedar held on fourth down. Now it's 4th and 2, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in a 20-point ball game. Here we go, Scott. 4th and 2, shotgun. Marshall with Timmerman off his left shoulder. Marshall takes the snap, rolling to his left. It's running the option play. Timmerman hesitated. He's spinning. He's near, but he's not going to get there. Stopped on 4th down again. Cedar Catholic holds. Oh, my goodness. Cedar Catholic's defense has been on another level.
Unbelievable play there. I just got to sit here and watch it and take that in. As soon as he made the pitch, I looked up, and there's 3 defenders right there covering. They were in perfect position. What a play that just lets the air out of the balloon for Norfolk Catholic.
And another long drive, taking a lot of time off the clock, and Cedar holds inside their own 20-yard line. This time at their own 13, they get the turnover on downs. Incredible defensive play from the Trojans tonight. They're going to run it out of the I formation. Brady Hochstein working to his left. He's got good blocking and a run, first down run. Now a gain of 20, nearly 25 on that run for Brady Hochstein. 25 exactly they'll mark him down for.
5.5 minutes off the clock in that last possession by Norfolk Catholic, and now Brady gets 25 on his first touch. I would love to know what kind of college scouts are sitting here watching this going, Mr. Hochstein, what is your plans?
He's having one heck of a game. Let's see if we can add up some of his stats here, Scott. I want to know what his rushing total is here in just a moment. First things first, we got a first down play incoming, an I formation. Brady Hochstein will be the tailback. Haberer under center. 1st and 10, one receiver out wide to the left. You got to expect this is staying on the ground, however, with this type of lead and 5.5 to go. Give it to Easton Hochstein, who scampers for a gain of 7 on 1st and 10. 2nd down and 3 incoming.
You're talking about you want some stats here?
Yeah.
Check these stats out. 13 carries. He hasn't had a ton of touches, but he's got 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 12 and a half a carry.
Did you say 13 carries for north of 100 yards and 2 touchdowns?
168 on 13.
168. Wow.
Wow.
Having the game of his life defensively as well. Timeout taken by Norfolk Catholic here with 5:17 to go. We'll take it to back in 30 seconds. A timeout from Top Crop.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
Third and 3, Cedar Catholic. Or 2nd and 3, excuse me. Down marker was saying 3rd, but 2nd down and 3 for Cedar Catholic. I formation out of the timeout from Top Crop. They're going to run a sweep play to the right. It's Hochstein again. Hochstein's got first down yardage, going forward for a few more. He's across midfield to the opposing 44. Cedar driving as they're trying to milk this clock. One heck of a game here for Brady Hochstein.
Yeah, he got about 11 on that one. Just move the chains. No need to do anything drastic here. Don't need to push it. Just burn clock. That's the game right now.
And that should put him about 25 yards away from 200. They're about.
Yes, you're exactly right there.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Hochstein, motion out to his right. Haber empty set. He's going to pitch it, and a wide receiver coming across the formation. Going to have another good run. First down yardage across the 30 of Norfolk Catholic. A great run there from, looked like that was Bodie Hochstein.
That's Bodie's first carry.
27-7 your score.
I will say on that rush there by Bodie, excellent blocking up front. The lineman up there paving the way, that was number 55, Will Steffen, the junior, making way for that run of about 16, I believe.
Brady Hochstein, the tailback. Easton Hochstein, the fullback. Bodie Hochstein out wide to the left. Everybody else in tight in the eye. They're going to give it to Easton, the fullback. He's going off his right tackle, bouncing to the outside, staying on his feet, fighting near the 20-yard line. Another good first down run, just short of the sticks by about a yard. That'll keep the clock moving. It stops. Did we see a timeout? Oh, holding on the offense. And that's what you don't really want to see here, is a flag that stops the clock and backs you up. 3:48 to go, 27-7. Cedar putting together a drive, trying to ice this ball game, but a holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. You know, honestly, as long as they're able to go convert this in a couple of plays, that might actually be good for them because it gives them extra yardage to work with milking this clock.
And burns an additional another 30 seconds off.
Yeah. So 1st and 20 here for the Trojans. Hochstein, single back under center is Haber. Take the snap, pitch play to the left. Hochstein going to be stopped for a loss here. That might be the first negative play for Hochstein on the day. Loss of 2 with 3:10 to go. That's going to bring up 2nd and 22.
Yep, first loss, a negative rushing play there for Hochstein. That's okay. Clock's still going. Stayed in bounds.
And
no penalties.
And if memory serves, not counting penalties, that's only the 2nd negative play of the game for Cedar. They had one on their opening drive, and I don't think they've had one since.
Got to give credit to you, Tehl. That was a negative 2-yard run by Brighton Whitmire. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm. Tailback taking this one. That's Hochstein again, and he's hit hard. Able to hold on to the football. And, you know, Hochstein had trouble holding on to the football. He fumbled the ball in, I think it was the 2nd quarter. It was in the first half, and he's been having the game of his life since then, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and leading Cedar to what could end up being a win with 2:08 left, 27-7. Now we are in 3rd and long territory. Cedar is taking all the time off the clock they have, and they're going to call a timeout here as soon as the clock official starts counting. 9 seconds on the play clock. They're going to milk down. We're going to go into a timeout from Top Crop. There's the timeout taken. We'll take it with them. Back here in 60 seconds on KYN TV.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Third and about 18 after that second down run and the timeout from Cedar. 1 minute and 44 seconds is all that remains. You got to assume Coach Beller's going to take a timeout if they get this third down stop on third and very long. They're going to give it working to the right, and good blocking out for Cedar. Oh my gosh, they're near the marker. They're across the marker. First down, Ryan Holbenheinrich.
Talk about pulling one out of the playbook there, giving it to the tight end. Hobel-Heinrich moves the chains. That is going to seal this deal.
Norfolk Catholic has to take timeouts right now if they want to have any chance of getting the ball back. But down 20, it doesn't look like they're taking them. Coach Beller's going to let the time go. And Cedar looks like they're going to walk away with this one. 1 minute and 10 seconds left and counting. 27-7 and the victory formation. There's the kneel down from Haberer. They'll have to kneel down one more time if Norfolk Catholic doesn't take timeouts, and it doesn't look like they're going to. And for only the second time in 30 years, Hartington Cedar Catholic's going to win down here in Norfolk. They are going to have an undefeated season and be the #1 seed in the Class C2 playoffs. Victory formation, Haber. There's the knee, and Cedar Catholic is going to win this ball game.
You know, I wanted to meet up with head coach Chad Cotto before the game and tell him he's going to always put these kids first, but I wanted to tell him, win this for you. He has been a Cedar Catholic advocate through and through. And now to lead this team down here as a coach and knock off Norfolk Catholic on their home field, what an accomplishment for Cedar.
An undefeated season, 9-0. Cedar Catholic trotting into the playoffs with the 1 seed. One heck of a game here in Norfolk. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come back, start rolling through the stats of this ball game. We'll take 2 minutes here. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. Hartington Cedar Catholic victorious 27-7 at Norfolk Catholic.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit TopCropInc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
All right, let's go ahead and start off our post-game show here today. 27-7 is your final score, a 20-point victory for the 9-0 undefeated, never lost Cedar Catholic Trojans. Scott, one heck of a game, one heck of a season.
You know, I think this is, you heard us a lot of media talking before this game, and I need to do some research on this as well, but you can't think of a time when they went undefeated during the regular season. So to have this, and then against your just longtime rival, and then legendary coach and Coach Beller, to get that victory down here on their home field, yeah, it's a pretty sweet feeling. I can't imagine what's going on in that locker room.
For Cedar Catholic, you know, this was that final test of the regular season as well. They had some great wins on the schedule, beating teams like Archbishop Bergen and West Point Beamer, good teams. But to go into Norfolk Catholic and win, to cap off your undefeated season, absolutely nobody can deny this is the number one seed in the playoffs.
If the other coaches, you know, that aren't in this area of the state and haven't seen Cedar Catholic, if this doesn't convince them, I'm not sure what would, because this was a dominant performance. It wasn't just like they, you know, squeaked by or had those calls go their way. It was start to finish. They dominated.
They had 2 turnover on downs on the defensive side of things. In their own red zone, they were able to stand. They give up 61 points total in the regular season. This game included only 7 to the 3-time defending state champion Norfolk Catholic Knights. This is the best defense in the state and one of the best offenses. It is a complete football team for Cedar Catholic, and I cannot wait to watch their playoff run.
Yeah, going to be a good time, a lot of fun, and it's one of those, we just said here during the break, we're like, I think they got it. I think they got the ability to really win a state title. And you got to have some luck go your way when you get down to that level. And I want to also throw in, I think Crofton has that too. I think they got that ability.
level.
And it's a couple teams coming out of Northeast Nebraska, and that's not all of them. There's other teams out there too, but just those ones we follow a lot. They've got that ability.
Let's go ahead and go through our post-game stats here. Give me some of the highlights in the scoring plays, and then roll through our individual stats today.
Yeah, at the halftime stat 21-7. So we start the third quarter. It makes it all the way down to the minute 46 mark. 3-yard touchdown run by Brady Hochstein. Extra point was no good. And we set at 27-7. That was it. It was quiet in that second half. Credit the defenses making some adjustments, shutting things down. So just that touchdown run there by Brady Hochstein. Now let's get to the stats now, break things down. For Norfolk Catholic, they were led by Nathan Timmerman. He had unofficially 22 carries, 105 yards, and I had him down for the 1 touchdown. Will Brockhouse, 6 carries, 32 yards. Blake Flood, 5 carries, 9 yards. And then Callum Marshall had 2 carries for 11 yards. Marshall, the quarterback, is going to finish with 14 attempts. So I had him for 10 for 14, 117 yards. Just kind of a quiet evening as it was. There really wasn't any additional stats that came up in that second half. Nathan Timmerman kind of got things going. He had 5 receptions for 49 yards. Braden Kosh in the first half had 1 grab for 13. James Lamman had 2 grabs for 36. One of those was a 40-yard pass, and then Will Brockhouse had 2 grabs. In total, that is going to go for 19 yards. They did have 1 fumble in that first half. We mentioned that kind of took some effect there, and Cedar Catholic capitalized on it. But the Trojans, they have some great stats of their own. Brighton Whitmire had things going in that first half, ended up with 33 yards on 8 carries, and then we never saw him again. So I don't know if that was one of those, maybe we're just going to hold off, no point in pushing it, because he did just come back from injury, but he was playing on the defensive side, so I think it was just spread the ball around a little bit, and as we mentioned, feed those 4 running backs. Easton Hochstein finished with 3 rushes, 12 yards. Bodie Hochstein, 1 rush for 16, and Grady Haber, 2 rushes for 4 yards. Haber finishes 7 for 10, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. Very efficient and safe with the ball and spread it around. Listen to all these receivers that he got it to. He's going to go this time Brady Hochstein for 2 yards. Bodie Hochstein for 16. Easton Hochstein for 21. Booker Hochstein for 16. Quinn Hochstein for 45. And Cooper Hochstein with that unbelievable grab to end that first half. The touchdown went for 18 yards. They did have 1 fumble, but they were led by their senior running back, Brady Hochstein. He was an absolute beast. I wish we had defensive stats, but the offensive side of it, 16 carries, 179 yards. 2 times he found pay dirt.
Oh, man, one heck of a day for him. And you know, remember, it started with an early fumble as well. He came in and had an early fumble, but all credit to Chad Cotto for sticking with him. You know, we talked about it in the pregame. There's a lot of mouths to feed on this offense. He very easily could have said, all right, you fumbled, you're out. We're going to give it to other guys. We got a lot of people that can carry it. He stuck with his senior. He stuck with his senior running back that has been so good this year, and he delivered.
Yeah, he delivered, came right back. And then on the defensive side, if we got to start talking about the players of the game here. He earned it, I think, just on the
100%.
defensive side. He was phenomenal, played everywhere, and really put Brockhouse and Timmerman in their place.
We'll go through that in a moment. You already know what it's going to be. Honestly, you know what? Let's just say it. Our Avera player of the game, provided by Avera, moving health forward. Who else but Brady Hochstein? Just the best player on the field today, no doubt about it.
He was a beast. He just was. I hope I run into him here tonight, because that was the most impressive player of the game that I've seen come out of Cedar Catholic in quite a while.
Let's go ahead and turn to our out-of-town scoreboard here as we're wrapping things up down in Norfolk. We can take a look at some of the other C2 games from today. Yesterday, once again, Ord does defeat Boone Central 35-19. Boone Central sitting right on that 16 spot. We'll see if they're able to make the playoffs after that loss. They have 4 of them. So here's some big scores, as I'm having a lot in progress here. Conestoga over Palmyra, 14-6. Number 7, Kearney Catholic over Valentine, 42-6. U10 over North Bend Central, 63-20. Number 8, Donovan Trumbull defeated Wood River, 30-6 today. Archbishop Bergen over Arlington, 27-6. That's in the 4th quarter. Battle Creek over Ponca, 53-0. That's still going in the 4th. Number 4, Bishop Newman, 34-20 win over Raymond Central. Number 10, Malcolm, leading Lincoln Lutheran 20-7 with 1 minute left. Number 5, Grand Island Central Catholic defeats St. Paul 49-15. Aquinas Catholic over Tacoma Herman 28-0 there in a good end-of-season game. Amherst Leading Gordon Rushville in the second quarter, 35-0. Centura over Cross County, 21-13. And then in a great game over in the western side of the state, Mitchell over Hershey, 41-40. There's 2 minutes left in that one.
That game actually has my attention.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they got any implications to the playoffs there, but you mentioned all those scores through Class C2. Number 10 Malcolm, and then Lincoln Lutheran's right there as well in the top receiving votes. They were 0-0 at the half, and now they come out and it did just go final as I'm talking here, but 20-7, something you can't get in the end zone, and then they make a couple adjustments, and all of a sudden now you're 27. Get 4 touchdowns in that second half.
So that's about some of our out-of-town scores here and how Class C2 is shaping up. Cedar Catholic, without a doubt, going to be the number 1 seed in the playoffs.
I'm excited. Cedar Catholic, good for them and great for Chad Cotto. He has earned this, and I'm just happy for him. Hopefully run into him as well.
So that brought to you today on the out-of-town scoreboard by the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. And that's about going to do it for us today, Scott. Now, you've been living in Hartington for a long time. You grew up in the area. I'm an outsider to this, but I know this one means a lot, not just for the school, but for the community.
It is. It's one of those with Hartington Newcastle playing last night, there was a buzz going on. And then this game here, I got asked at least 25 or 30 times in the last 48 hours, what do I think the score is going to be of last night's Wildcat game, and what do they think is going to be this one? It's just one of those, it just shows the interest that the community has in it. Football is one of those that it brings people together. You have that common interest and commonality. And rooting against Norfolk Catholic has been kind of a commonality. It's just how it goes. So I'm glad we're coming out of here with a victory.
9-0 Cedar Catholic, 7-2 Norfolk Catholic. The 3-time defending state champions have won 3 straight. They won 39 coming into this season before the loss to Bishop Neumann. One heck of a run they have had, but the run is not over yet. They're going to be in the playoffs, and now they're going into the playoffs off a loss, and they're going to be mad about that.
Yeah.
They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous team. They got the athletes, they got the coach. Yeah, don't write the end of their script.
Oh, they're going to be dangerous in the playoffs. I don't know what the seeding's going to be, but whoever Norfolk Catholic plays in the first round,
look out.
I hope you're ready. They're going to be upset about this.
Hmm.
All right, that's about going to do it for our broadcast here today. Any more final thoughts here, Scott?
Yep, Cedar Catholic. I think they're going to be able to march all the way down, make it to a state title run. I'm not going to call the game if they're going to win one, but I think they have the ability, the momentum, the players, the coaching staff. This is the year of the Trojans.
Lofty goals there. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to do it for our broadcast here today. Alongside Scott Ulrich, thanks to Grady back at the studio, I've been Tehl Tanner. You've been listening to Northeast Nebraska High School football. 27-7, Cedar Catholic wins on KYN TV.
This has been a presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics on KYN TV, courtesy of Riverfront Sports. Be sure to subscribe to KYN TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell.